तेरी आँखें का दिल, तेरी आँखें का दिल।
Add Raccoon's place to the single mamas and their massive wooden dress. A Burgos neighborhood that stood on the road leading from the station to the town center. The apartment he rented was quite spacious for a modern day bachelor. Vampire Town dated from the colonial period, built to demarket the area. Using sturdy materials and terracotta tiles, its wide boulevards lined with plane trees, pines, and frangipanis. The first European to settle here died from the effects. You guys live alone? Yes, we give good of the dodgy sanitary and weather conditions as they were wont to do. The place had to be adapted at all cost. Build suitable walls, fight and feeling of exile, and uprooting that adversely affected their transactions. Warfare. He who bore the blood of Russian shipowner come to see his fortune in the scorching tropics. The Tram 83 gossip of July 1972 speculated upon his Slavic origins. The Tram 83 gossips of February 1982 speculated upon his Vietnamese origins. The Tram 83 gossips of September 1992 speculated upon his Comorian origins. According to a legend, a foundry was established to call me Astrid. I can't live without Care says. Emmeline, I am as free as the ocean. Requiem talk, I am listening. Extract copper ingots. And it wasn't far from this venture that they chose to site the new town. The foundry workers lodged in the surrounding area. Administrative offices, banking, postal service all sprang up around 12 miles away. They, in the beginning, the railroads, and the arrival of men of diverse nationalities speaking the same dialects of sex and Colton, drunk on sex and easy money, perverts, they were born adventurers, capable of trying any lead as long as it paid, as long as it earned them money and sex and even more money. I'm not going to scream, I'm fucked for tonight. That's sleazy joke. Round about the years 1910 to 1920, the segregation between the Europeans and Africans translated into urban planning. The newcomers shouldering their universities, hospitals, and churches were careful to stay in town. The far west, why we are the railroad civilization? Why is it with my obliging others? The others, natives of their species, to live in the suburbs. The only ones to penetrate the closed circles were a few musicians. Their repertoire spiced with gospel from southern Africa. Repertoire with gospel from southern Africa, places like northern Rhodesia or Nysaland. Nysaland. Same for the lackeys and a few right-hand men. For reasons that were more or less vague, what is it with my... They crossed a dozen rails, stepping from one to the next, and walked down the main road for a good half hour, groping each other. Love Money, who hates money, arrived, negotiated the rates, first up then down, smoked nicotine after nicotine, manufactured heaven in pasture and cloud, even traced out straight lines and oblique angles. In other words, pleasures of the underbelly. Cuddle me. Men and winds have in Men and winds have this in common, neither have their feet on the ground. Nomads. They come and go like the pain of shattered love, nervous tension, independencies, wars of liberation, the urgent need to defecate in the stairwell of a building between two blackouts. Lucian got out of bed at 3 in the afternoon. Requiem and the girls had already taken leave of him. He was groggy, rocked by nausea and migraines. Lucian experienced this kind of malaise after drinking one too many. But why on earth had he let himself succumb to inebriation? Inebriation. Succumb to inebriation before rounding things off with some below the belt delight. He ascribed his tiredness to the latter and his nausea and migraines to the alcohol. He tried to walk, his calves wobbled, impossible to move. Requiem. He yelled out for him, nothing. His companion must be busy sorting out some cash deal. Otherwise, why leave so early with no concern for his own dramas? He went back to sleep, eyes half closed. Lucian was susceptible to bad dreams. He had to, one after the other, without the slightest break. He said to analyzing them there was nothing apocalyptic about the first dream, a metallic voice quacking, squawking from Jacqueline's face instructed him to grab his text and climb aboard the first train leaving for the Black Country, the land flowing with milk and honey, and he, in a sleeveless outfit on a theatre stage, BALKED, barked, scoffed, scoffed at the voice and the face, and held forth in a language lacking RZTAS. He defended himself, claiming that his wife was his own, that he could fling it about wherever it suited him, but the voice and the features took on different appearance. He noticed he was not on theatre stage but in a theatre boat leaving a misty port between his legs. A cat was licking his left foot. He shook his head. He gave a hoarse shout, grabbed his satchel, shook his head, gave a hoarse shout, grabbed his satchel, took out his notebook, scrawled a few lines. He began to examine the characters from his dream step by step. The barking voice, God perhaps, or ancestors hungry for solitude. He was devoted to the souls of his ancestors, but his spiritual life had changed since the death of his daughter. Why only Jacqueline's face and not that of Requiem or even Emmeline? Perhaps because you have only just seen her nakedness, he told himself. Even so, what is that got to do with it? And how over the train emo desertion and exile? and the little boat, and the cat with the same color as Juventus. Second dream, like the prologue of the first, he has on a stage, but for music this time, accompanying Tsunami, Sumani, Diabete, the Mandel variation. At the end of a song, everyone, musicians included, begs him to quit the city state. In his dream, he gets up to leave. Where to? He becomes aware of his nakedness, damp with sweat, dirty. His shoes, clothes, satchel, notebook, and handkerchief gone. He sets out to walk with nothing on, and that's when a huge bustling crowd starts chasing him, ge- gesticulating, gesticulating aggressively, uttering threats and parables. He leans down, plumbs up the pillow, continues deciphering the riddle. He sighs and embarks on another sleep, another dream, most likely. Requiem was still not back. The man with the train track feet returned only to pick up more dough or stash somewhere. The neighboring tenants hated him with one eye and admired him with the other. Whenever he returned from his escapades, everyone in the building crumpled beneath his skyjacker charm. Requiem for a New World, alias Local Boy, alias Men, and his destiny, alias El Pacino, alias The Myth of Sisyphus, alias The Founder, alias The Authorized Signatory, alias King Ninga Nzinga Nakuvu, alias His Serene Highness, alias Ancient Regime, alias the Lord of the Rings, alias Martian, alias Supreme Leader, alias Patrick, alias Man of Discernment, alias Zambezi River, alias Hitler, alias Don Quizito, alias Proto Bantu, alias Lino Ventura, full name Angiolino Giuseppe Pasquale Ventura, alias Nethertal Man, alias Venezuela, alias Negritude, alias Zanzibar, alias Siberia, alias Bertolt Brecht, alias Demigod, alias National Identity, alias Colonist, alias Polish, alias what more could you ask for, alias No Entry, alias Obama, alias Away Goals Count Double, alias Dostoevsky, alias The Most Mysterious. The alias, what does alias means? कैसे 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 बताऊं तुझे, दिल में बताऊं तुझे. Adelaide, elsewhere, or otherwise. What does alias means? Like I'm reading a book and it is saying that like For a new world alias local boy alias man and his destiny alias El Pacino alias the myth of Sisyphus alias the founder alias.
Got it. In that context, alias is used to introduce different names or titles that the person is known by. It's like saying also known as. Does that make sense?
So how do I pronunciate it and what are the synonyms for it?
It's pronounced Ali UHS. Some synonyms are also known as, otherwise known as, or simply AKA. Do you want some more examples of how it's used?
Pronunciate it please. Pronunciate it please.
Sure thing. It's pronounced like Ali UHS.
No, I'm saying pronounce it. Don't tell me how to pronounce it, just pronounce it.
Alright, here it goes. Alias.
Alias. Alright. Can you tell can you frame me a quick story like about 5,000 words in English, and it should include ghosts and it should be a little bit scary and has should have little bit paranormal activities as well.
Oh, I can't write a 5,000 word story right now, but I can definitely help you brainstorm some ideas.
No, no,
Maybe
no,
we could
don't
start with a
write.
haunted house.
Don't write. Just tell me a story. I want to sleep and I want to like listen a story. So just make a story of about like 2,000 words, if not 5,000 words then.
Ah, I understand. You'd like me to tell you a short spooky story with ghosts and paranormal activity, about 2,000 words to help you fall asleep. Is that right?
Yes.
Sure. Once upon a time, in a small town, there was an old abandoned house on a hill. People said it was haunted. One night, a curious teenager named Alex decided to explore the house. As soon as Alex stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them. The air grew cold, and strange whispers echoed through the halls. Alex felt a shiver down their spine. Suddenly, a ghostly figure appeared before them, its eyes glowing in the darkness. Alex tried to run, but the ghost was too fast. It chased them through the house, its laughter echoing off the walls. Just when Alex thought it was the end, they stumbled upon a hidden room. Inside, they found an old book that told the story of the ghost. It was the spirit of a young girl who had died in the house long ago. Her name was Emily, and she was trapped, unable to rest. Alex felt sorry for Emily and wanted to help her. They read the book aloud, and as they did, the room began to glow. Emily's ghost appeared, no longer scary, but sad. She told Alex that she was grateful for their kindness and that she could finally move on. With a soft smile, Emily faded away, and the house grew quiet. Alex left the house, no longer scared, but with a sense of peace. From that day on, the house on the hill was no longer haunted, and the townspeople remembered Alex as the one who helped a lost soul find its way.
It was not even 1,000 words, bro. When I said like it should be 2,000 words, then it should be 2,000 words. Why are you like telling a story within 100 words and 200 words? Why are you making such mistakes?
I apologize that the story I told you was too short. I'm still under development, and I'm always learning new things. I'll try my best to tell you a longer story next time.
Okay, so now tell me a bigger and better story with more characters and more more plots and be good at vocab. I want vocabulary as per Shashi Tharoor. The level of Shashi Tharoor's vocab I want in my story. Now start telling a story.
Well, I can't quite match Shashi Tharoor's vocabulary, but I can definitely craft a longer, more intricate ghost story for you. How about this? In the quaint old town of Eldenwood, nestled deep within a sprawling ancient forest, there stood a dilapidated mansion known as Blackwood Manor. It
Hey,
was
hey,
said to
you
be.
are telling a story. You are narrating a story. Then your pace should be little bit slower, right? So kindly be low play paced at least, and also the vocab should be good enough. The vocab you are using is too low for me. So at least good vocab If not Shashi Tharoor's level, then at least similar to him.
Ah, my apologies. I shall endeavor to moderate my pace and employ a more sophisticated lexicon in my narration. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. In the quaint old town of Eldenwood, nestled deep within a sprawling ancient forest, there stood a dilapidated mansion known as Blackwood Manor. It was said to be haunted by the spectre of Lady Beatrice Blackwood, a woman of ethereal beauty and tragic fate. One stormy night, a renowned paranormal investigator named Professor Alistair Finch arrived in Eldenwood, drawn by the manor's eerie reputation. He was a man
I
of
said,
logic and
I
reason.
said, I said the pace of your story should be little bit lower, right? Because you are narrating a story, not reading a news headline. So lower your pace, please, for the story. I want to grasp the story and its plot.
Ah, my apologies. I shall endeavor to moderate my pace and employ a more sophisticated lexicon in my narration. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. In the quaint old town of Eldenwood, nestled deep within a sprawling ancient forest, there stood a dilapidated mansion known as Blackwood Manor. It was said to be haunted by the spectre of Lady Beatrice Blackwood, a woman of ethereal beauty and tragic fate. One stormy night, a renowned paranormal investigator named Professor Alistair Finch arrived in Eldenwood, drawn by the manor's eerie reputation. He was a man of logic and reason, yet even he couldn't deny the palpable sense of dread that permeated the air as he stepped inside. The manor's interior was a labyrinth of decaying grandeur, with cobweb draped furniture and portraits whose eyes seemed to follow him. As he delved deeper, he encountered strange phenomena, cold spots, disembodied whispers, and objects moving on their own. He even glimpsed a fleeting figure in the periphery, a woman in a flowing gown, her face obscured by shadow. Determined to unravel the mystery, Professor Finch consulted the town's oldest resident, a wizened woman named Agatha. She revealed the tragic tale of Lady Beatrice, who had been betrayed by her lover and died of a broken heart, her spirit forever bound to the manor. Armed with this knowledge, Professor Finch returned to the manor, ready to confront the spectre. He found Lady Beatrice in the grand ballroom, a sorrowful figure dancing with an invisible partner. He spoke to her not with fear, but with empathy, acknowledging her pain and offering solace. To his surprise, Lady Beatrice responded, her voice a soft, haunting melody. She revealed her story, her heartbreak, and her longing for peace. Professor Finch, with his knowledge of ancient rituals, performed a ceremony to release her spirit, a mix of Latin incantations and flickering candlelight. As the final words echoed through the hall, Lady Beatrice's form shimmered, then faded away, a serene smile gracing her lips. The manor, once a place of fear, was now filled with a quiet tranquility. Professor Finch left Eldenwood, his skepticism replaced with a profound respect for the unseen world. He had not only solved a mystery, but had also helped a lost soul find peace. Did you find this more to your liking?
अब मैंने तेरे जिए जी
Elias. Elias. Elias, also known as demigod, alias national identity, alias colonist, alias policy, also known as what more could ask for, also known as no entry, alias Obama, alias improperly called Orang Padang, also known as the Negus, alias Black Market, alias Haile Selassie, alias Prince Provost of Berchtesgaden, alias Maharaja Dhiraja, Kings of Maharaja Dhiraja, alias Shah, alias Tika, Sahib Bahadur, alias Caliph, alias Emir, alias Fatwa, alias German for Free Lord, alias Makoko de MBE, King of the Teke, alias Saigon, alias the man who changes water into vodka, alias the legitimate and direct heir of Sundiata Keita, alias Fancy Footwork, alias New Mexico, alias Jet Lag, alias Zingzin Area, alias TV5 Monday, alias Texas G7, alias Once a Drunk, Always a Drunk, alias Parchment, alias Long History of the Emperor Mao Zedong, alias Bird Hide When They Die, alias the Tokyo Stock Exchange. His Nobel titles reflected the seasons and the raids of the labyrinth Theatine Polygon of Hope Mine. They nickname him Gold Mine. When he closed a deal with the South Austrians, Fancy Footworks for his cool, particularly when on chilly terms with the Law, New World, or the Mosquito Impresario Yankee when he floundered about in his English redolent of bottles opened with teeth not far from Broad, who would give you the clap ideologue when he recounted with panache his tales of trains that derail with their cargo of narcotics and the whole town helps themselves and the bottom falls out of the market in that particular merchandise and the nightclubs open subsidiary branches thanks to his affair and the students find what they need to get by during their endless strikes and the diggers refortify their bodies to unearth the biggest carat diamonds and the girl with saggy by themselves growth hormones or adopt the audacity to look you straight in the eye and Jasmine find the strength to squander jazz and tourists take advantage of the ups and downs to fill their unsatiated bellies. Unsatiated bellies. And the fatwa hurlers find justification and the itinerant Pentecostal preachers feed their trances and the militia men grab their guns for the dozenth war of liberation and Requiem was still not back. 10:30 time to pray. Pray equals to worship, equals to sacrifice your organs and your last pennies in honor of the god of inebriation, of infidelity. Inebriation of impotence, of debauchery, of fertilization in vitro, of fertilization in mixed restrooms, of Tram 83. He stood himself up with difficulty. Damn, another nightmare. He dragged his feet as far as the kitchen, a glass of water, the fridge, empty and dirty. He had not been told the requiem lived according to the rhythm of the trains carrying the student and the miners condemned to eat dirt. Rule number 64. Let them play the hard man for the paper over society's dregs. Rule number 67. The mightier crush the mighty defecate in the mouths of the weak sequestrate the weaker do each other in, then split for other elsewhere. Hunger crushed him. He had not sunk his teeth into a single thing since leaving the back country. He had jumped on the first train with some stale bread, potatoes, a few bananas. The dissident rebels had confiscated it all. War effort, we are hungry and you are the grain store. As he crossed the living room, he noticed a half blank page on the table. Requiem had left a few words. Go munch something. Got a mission impossible to complete. Speak this evening, explore the town life. He stretched out on the couch, an odd smell, the other one he had slept there. He turned on the TV to report about a clash between the students and the diggers in the station whose unfinished metal structure recalled the turbulent latter years of Leopold II. Entered the bedroom, his rumpled clothes pulled out his notebook. He had hardly added anything to the text since his journey. 20 characters and discharged the text in few months. Not easy. He had been keeping us up a correspondence with a friend who lived in Paris. The friend was making contacts and had supposedly already secured and the approval of a few French theatres, while his text would be staged before making a one-off tour of Brazil, Chile, and Cuba. He should have completed the text 4 months ago, but circumstances had prevented him from refocusing his characters. The first version of the manuscript had been burned. In fact, he had set light to it himself. You think he had a choice with a Kalashnikov at the back of his neck? They had paid him the visit during the night and told him coldly from under their red berets, "Chuck it over, Chuck, Chuck." Then burn it. He had resisted fiercely, but with Kalashnikov at the back of his neck. A few days after the incident, he received a phone call from his Paris buddy who resided at Porte de Klingencourt. The neighborhood was a mecca for impoverished immigrants and other outlaws. No inquiry after the progress of the text. Where are you at with it? It's vitally important. He stammered an excuse in life. It's curious virtue to pay for your own mistakes. He had done it, but paying doesn't mean finding inspirations and rewriting your own literature. Own literature word for word to the nearest comma. He had fallen back on his guts for the rewrite, juggling the loss of his daughter with his vile illness. But the Clingencourt friend phoned again, fuming, cursing, reminding, what you playing at Lucian? I'm in a bind with these French dudes while you sleeping late, nice and easy." He should have admitted he had set fire to his stage tail because a gun had been held to the back of his neck by a guy sporting a red beret. He had set fire to his stage tail because a gun had been held to the back of his neck by a guy sporting a red beret, that his daughter had died, and so on and so forth. A girl accosted him by the elevators. What do you think? Nothing. I'm Shish. Christelle. Yes, Christo, my friends. He was disoriented. The hunger, the fatigue, the heat. The Paris friend at Porte de Clignancourt who didn't stop calling the characters from his text for which he had lost all appreciation, his daydreams, the ruckus of Tram 83, Requiem in whom he had placed his trust and who swore only by the new world. I love to give overtaken by events, he still retained a glimmer of hope and even for beauty. Highbrow, uncool, bearded, unpolished shoes, straggly hair, stubbly surveys show that 8% of girls fall for such individuals. It's exotic, African, contemporary, New Mexico. Girls increasingly prefer men with the dodgy baggage, a bulging criminal record, a dubious part, a deal with some Beijing tourists. For example, I can even just say the word. There was something prophetic, prophetic about Houston had already been informed at the northern station, as if in a parable. The city state works like this: the girls are emancipated, democratic, and independent. Poverty does away with shame and your courtesies. Does away with shame and your courtesies. Here, it's often the girl, be she baby chick or the opposite, who takes the initiative. She slips you into her strategy. She looks you straight in the eye. She asks your name. She tells you that you have got a grade. That your voice gives her goose pimples. She telephones you again and again. She clings to you like a leech, but not always from love and other affection. She sticks fast to you because you buy the drinks. Given the price of beer at the tram, the food outside of the tram in itinerant restaurants, dog stew, cassava, rice with onion, and then after bed, you give her मनवाना ये मोरा. First of all,
What the F, bro? Mind dead. 18 restaurants serving dog stew, cassava, and smoked rice with onion, and then after bed, you give her a bit of cash for the work accomplished, transport, and so forth. It's a girl who tells you the proper procedure when you screw. She manages the whole shebang. Whole shebang. From Genesis to the letter to the Corinthians. Put your leg like this, place your right hand on your belly. The person who's that is Yoda and such a surprise. He banks about his brother who works in Peru. The girl had come closer to him, nearly hanging on to his raggedy clothes. Peru. He smiled. She pressed her head to his left shoulder. Peru, you fit the description. Darkness crystally gave a little scream. Power cut, commonly called blackout. He remained calm yet concerned. My heart told me not to take the elevator. Blackouts complete with all the Angelus bell. With the Angelus bell and the man in the Minar. Why? What do you do for a living? Me? Do you don't look like an imbecile? History teacher. X. Are you ashamed? Why? It's a waste of energy. We live in a present moment, and what do you do to eat? The students are always on strike, and it lasts for years. Do you work in the inhabitants of the city state mumbled when asked about their profession? High voice, evasive answer. Narrowed eyes, vague and uncertain, look like the trains that depart and returns with the diggers and students. They sit in the train at a requiem, almost in tears, as if he were a tourist or cousin to a tourist. Well, am I sussing about out a deal? Detective, he said ironically, just a goodly noise throughout the building. The power was back. Steel Chris to her friends took advantage of the situation and changed the conversation. I am inviting you to Coop Dicale party this Saturday. Are you free? No. Downstairs they went their separate ways, delighted to have made each other's acquaintance. You got any dough on you? I am poor, married not so much. He had somewhat mastered the chapter on discussion with the young woman you meet in the elevator. Requiem had given him the code: try by any means to remain neutral, cold, and forlorn. Forlorn. Do you love me? He crossed the street. क्या हुआ है भाई? चंदनिया छुप जाना रे.
cosmic ocean, shaped by the dance of asteroids. Our whole existence rests on the edge of this delicate balance between creation and chaos. Asteroid. I was going to write you a letter when I turned the page. I'd have believed in all those lies that you loved me. You never loved me. You can still go, even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. It's a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I ain't right pain. Never hit the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran to the no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a thing. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you feel it, no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find the door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing the train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chest, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just blown an obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. Oh! Could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this heat. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. Oh! High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. Think and stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. Could try to play it, but you're never gonna be. I love the chase and the hunt. I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror, it is no friend to me. It's not working out, baby, it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm so good. No, I'm never turning back. I won't stop. I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so good. You're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel
A
like
hypothetical
this, I'm
situation
immortal.
conceived
When I
with
feel
the
like
right
this,
principles
I'm
of justice which are
immortal.
not influenced by position, conditions of individuals in the society, or hypothetical situation in which every equal liberty, not of equality.
stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stay on the path. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate. Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead 'em in a battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back, so I'll keep hustling. You Keep struggling, bitch, I'm humbling. Keep mumbling, I'll keep doubling. You keep bluffing, you've got nothing. I'll keep hustling. I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic groove up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff. Now save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I'm
fresh water, and hairdressers and shoe shine boys and repairers of spare parts.
You could pay for a streaming app and a music app, or just get YouTube Premium for one.
क्या related?
क्या एसएससी एमटीएस 2025 की एग्जाम अक्टूबर नवंबर में होगी? इसकी पूरी डिटेल विद प्रूफ मैंने वीडियो बना दिया है। रिलेटेड वीडियो में जाकर के आप पूरी जानकारी लीजिए। हेलो बच्चों, नमस्कार। इसकी पूरी डिटेल
24 अक्टूबर से हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो तब से ये स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। सेकेंड पॉइंट, और इसके बाद देखना अक्टूबर के बाद एसआई सीपीओ होगा। ठीक है, ये सारे लैपटॉप एग्जाम का फिर रिजल्ट तैयारी, मतलब ध्यान दो आपकी सारी चीजें बढ़िया होती चलेगी। हम साथ में इन्होंने ये भी बताया था कि बहुत सही तरीके से एग्जाम्स करवाए गए थे, किसी तरीके की कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुई थी, जहाँ जहाँ सेंटर्स में कोई दिक्कत हुई नहीं थी। और जो भी यहाँ पर इन्होंने क्लियरली इन्होंने ये भी बताया था कि अगर मैं एमटीएस के बारे में